How's it going? Weird weekend, huh? You know who had a really good weekend? I should do more prep for this. Oh boy, I'm just looking. I'm looking at stuff real quick before we get going. I will say this. Look, a lot of this stuff I'm going to address tomorrow. I want to take a night. I want to gather my thoughts. I want to think about what I think, and then I want to talk about it. For those of you who want me to just go nuclear on people, I'm really sorry. I don't have a lot to say about Nick. I think I said it last week on the show. We were friends-ish for a short time. We weren't like married or together or anything like that. So I don't really think about him. That's a lot of that is in my past. I think all Nick is to me is kind of a cautionary tale, kind of a learning lesson. I will say this. He looks old as like, honestly, I saw some clips and I went, that motherfucker could be my uncle. Like that, it looked like there were a couple times in the clips I saw where it looked like one of my old haggard uncles was like fed up with something. You know, like we're at a family gathering. He's like, oh, guess we got to be here for 3 hours. Like just grunting and being generally pissed, like generally unpleasant. He did say a couple things that were bullshit. Like, I started a rumor that April was pregnant. Now, Nick has a history of telling April things about me that aren't true and then coming back to me and saying things about April that aren't true. While that whole thing was going on, there was definitely some playing both sides. You know, there was that, oh, I'm helping you. And then her coming back and then going, Nick said that you said this. I'm like, I never said that in a million years. And then I would tell April, like, I heard you said this or whatever. I never said that. And then there would be a big fight. So this wouldn't be the first time that he's made shit up to upset somebody, like pitting people against each other. But he said I started a rumor that April was pregnant, which is silly. Kiwi Farms started the rumor that April was pregnant. I believe I'm the one who came on the show and said, wow, funny in a sad way. If true, I don't think so. But he probably goes, oh, yeah, he said, because I remember when she left the show, she would come to me and say, I heard you said this about me. Remember when she was off the show, but I didn't say that she was off the show for good, like probably April 1st through the 10th. And I would say things like, she's great, she's awesome, you know, don't worry, blah, 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 blah. She needs to take some time away. And I was really nice and complimentary. I always wondered where she was getting this thing from, where she was like, somebody told me that you were saying bad things about me on the show. I'm like, I've been saying remarkably nice things about you on the show. And I kind of see now, like after I saw the April pregnancy rumors clips on YouTube, I'm like, oh, that mother's doing that thing again. He's doing that. He's doing the fucking telling people somebody said some shit that they didn't say thing. I hate to use the word narcissist, but everybody else does. That's kind of right out of the playbook. You know? That's right out of the playbook. But anyway, the only thing I can say about that is still not taking responsibility, looks old, and seems to still be going through it. But if you didn't see it, Nick and April yesterday, some people don't think it's April tweeting. I think it's probably April tweeting. But Nick and April, Nick was going after the nerds. And by the way, I got this for tomorrow morning's show. I thought this would be fun. Obviously, tomorrow morning's episode will be titled Revenge of the Nerds. But Nick is on Twitter just seething at nerds. I don't know who these nerds are. I don't know who qualifies as a nerd. Apparently, some of you are nerds. And he just started blocking people. And then April was on there just professing her undying love for Nick. Like, she hadn't tweeted since February. I'm going to say what February would be 8 months. So she starts tweeting again after 8 months. And it's just, I mean, just love bombing the shit out of him. And then every response from him you see is that these nerds better. I'm blocking this fucking nerd. It was like watching someone like try to love Frankenstein's monster, and he's just sitting there drowning people the entire time. It was wild, man. So we were at the Gopher game, the homecoming game. And while we were there, when we were about to leave, I start getting phone calls. And while we're sitting there in the standstill, I'm getting phone calls. I won't say from who. I'm getting phone calls from concerned people. And then I'm getting texts from concerned people. And then I'm getting another phone call from concerned people. And then I'm getting a text from concerned. And it's just, and I don't know what the fuck's going on. So someone says that was nice of PPP. No, it was not PPP. And then I checked my email, and someone has sent me these screenshots of April tweeting. And it seems like very sad and desperate and all of these things. I'm like, oh, Jesus. Oh, Christ. So I'm watching it. Like, I'm just observing because I'm like, I have no idea what this is. The tweets sound like Nick. So it's either Nick tweeting from two accounts or, you know, there is another explanation, you know, and she did it with me as well when we first got together. And sometimes she'll mirror. You know, I've said this about April. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just the way some people are. I've been this way before. Some people are 50% them, 50% the person they're with. I started going out on hunting trips with April, and I started fishing more. I fished when I was a kid, but I mean, I wasn't a regular fisherman, probably once a year. And I went out fishing more when I started dating April. April started going to Vikings games, and I taught her how to golf and like all of these things that I like to do. And she started like, oh, I'm super in. Like, it wasn't like I'll do this because my partner does it. I want to share something with them. She dives the in, and she just goes for it. So people were like, oh, it sounds like Nick, so therefore it's got to be Nick double tweeting. I also, and I still feel that there's maybe just some mirroring going on there. But I think you can tell I don't really have I'd like to bullet point some stuff and get back to you tomorrow on all of this, because I mean, I'm telling you guys, I still have people texting me. I still have people asking me, you know, well, what the f this? What is that? What this, that, and the other thing? I got a call from an attorney, and I wasn't on the bad guy side of it, which was wonderful. I got a call from an attorney, and the attorney said, we need to speak with you about something our client so-and-so is doing, and we need you to come in and set aside a couple of hours to be interviewed for this thing that so-and-so is doing. And like right away, I get a call and I hear lawyers. I'm like, no, not again. I don't want to spend money. I swear to God, I've just been sitting at home going to football games. What? And they're like, no, it's not that. It has nothing to do with that. They're just like, we have a client. Our client, has something they're doing. We need to talk to you for 2 hours about it. I'm like, okay. Then I asked them what it was about, and I said, I will be there with bells on. So people want this like information from me. Do you know that if anything's happening with X, Y, or Z? When it comes to what you're thinking, I don't.